Foreign correspondents often find themselves in sticky situations dealing with shady characters from countries where scruples and ethics take a backseat to profit. The question is, how far do you go cultivating a source? One Wall Street Journal reporter found out the hard way.
He was the widely respected chief foreign affairs correspondent for the Wall Street Journal until this week. Turns out Jay Solomon was offered a 10% stake in a company that sells arms to foreign governments. The story unraveled when the Associated Press started looking into a company run by Farhad Azima, an Iranian businessman who has reportedly ferried weapons for the CIA. When the AP noticed correspondence between Solomon and Farhad, they asked the Journal why it appeared Solomon was doing business with an alleged gunrunner. The Wall Street Journal wondered the same thing, firing Solomon for poor judgment. In a statement, Solomon said, "I clearly made mistakes in my reporting and entered into a world I didn't understand."
Well, Farah, you've been a foreign correspondent. First of all, I don't know what he means by I made mistakes with my reporting. Yeah. It sounds like it was confusing reporting with a business deal. And was he trying to cultivate that source? And was this the way he thought if he took 10% of this deal, he might get to the real story of what was happening? Was the guy like an undercover gun runner or what?
So I should say that I know Jay Solomon.
Yeah.
And
he's
widely known. And, he used to kind of brag about knowing, he had great sources and he would, talk about these shady people that he knew all over the world. And so it's possible he was investigating something and cultivating the source, and the source asked him to push this document, and that, he didn't make it clear that he's not involved. It's shocking. Nobody I know can believe it.
No.
It seems to me when you're covering the international arms trade, you probably are interacting with a lot of people who are not fully conversant with the norms of American journalism. I would assume that the Wall Street Journal's ethics policy doesn't have a line about participating in gun running businesses, but that's probably because they never thought the situation was going to arise to begin with. I'm not sure that we can really tell exactly what the full story is from this correspondence. It seems as though if there was really evidence that he was involved in this kind of thing, of course.
There's no evidence he'd actually profited, we should say that.
Right, that he didn't take the money. Yeah. But it's possible that he led this guy on to think that he was interested.
Right. Two quick things. First of all, as Farah says, I wonder if he was simply leading this guy on as part of his reporting, which was an incredibly poor lapse of judgment, but he may never have had any intention of taking any money from this. The other thing is the Wall Street Journal has launched an internal investigation, and there is a lot more we might be finding out about this.
Okay, well, now I feel better about them saying poor reporting, because that just didn't fit it for me. No, it didn't make sense. I just got to repeat Dante's fully conversant with the norms of journalism if you're a gun runner. I love that, Dante.
Alleged gun runner.
Okay, alleged gun runner. I don't know what else to be said. I just was open-mouthed about it. Yeah,
it is.
really. Yeah.